girl. So again, I have another wonderful guest. He goes by the name of Marz Bishop.
How you doing?
How you doing, Marz?
Oh, I'm here.
He's tired. He's running left and right. He's on it. So we're not going to keep this one too long. But thank you for coming out to the Funky J Cafe.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, anytime. Come on out.
This is real comfortable.
Yeah, you like it?
I do.
Very smooth.
The ambiance is what they say, bon sway.
Get the font sway. I got font sway. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Tell me and my guests a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from New York.
Oh.
Born in New York.
Okay.
Long Island, New York. You know, let me see. My mother, she was in the military, so we traveled a lot. And what brought me here to Georgia, I've been in Georgia now about, what, maybe 10 plus years?
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, a little altercation that was, I'd say it was a divine alignment that happened to where it brought me down here to Georgia.
Really? Do you feel like talking about that?
We can, because it's an old situation.
Okay.
You know, it was a situation to where I was detained for about 4 months for first-degree robbery, conspiracy to commit robbery, things of that nature.
Wow.
Yeah, so, you know, my history has a very, very big testimony to it.
Okay.
You know, so everything that I do is pretty much testimony-driven, you know, and since I've been here, I've been getting into the spoken word. That's what my main focus was at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, they always say that you're supposed to evolve into something more. So now I've evolved into more of the motivational speaking, which I speak from, you know, like domestic violence, gang activity, just everyday, you know, opposition that you face in life. So, you know, my thing now is to really get back to empower, to encourage, you know, especially the younger youth, because it's like, you know, some of the things that's going on with our young youth, you know, if we had leadership to give them and to show them a different way,
mm-hmm.
you know, or make them think about their actions before they just do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's really what my goal is now. You know, so that's what my company is. My company is Learning Institute for Experience, which is Life Inc.
Okay.
You know, we speak for motivational, inspirational, you know, spoken word sometimes, and sickle cell. Sickle cell is a big thing that I'm into because I myself have sickle cell.
Okay.
So it almost has taken my life on numerous occasions. So,
wow.
You know, I'm big about giving back to that and doing what I got to do for them.
So you came down from New York with that in pursuit, or that happened when you got down there?
All transition.
Wow.
All transition, because this wasn't me like 5 years ago.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my mind wasn't really focused on the positive, making myself or branding myself in a manner to which is going to give back. This actually was something that a lady at my job when I was working in corporate America, she actually was my manager. And she, you know, we would have like little conversations, and the more that we grew and our friendship and our relationship, the more that I opened up to her, she, you know, she saw different pieces of what I was supposed to be doing. At that time, I was getting ready to release my poetry book. It's called Eclectic Thoughts. Okay. And, you know, I was sending her like some of the poems, you know, just like, what do you think about this? Tell me about that one. And, you know, she was like, dude, I don't know why you here. You know, I've encountered that, but she kept telling me, dude, I don't know why you're here. You know, don't you know you have such a bigger calling on your life, and this is just keeping you restricted from getting there. Mm-hmm. You know, and you know, she saw me as far as being the CEO, which I don't even say I'm the CEO. I always say I'm the president of my company, and I say God is my CEO. Mm-hmm. You know, because I follow under His directions of what's supposed to be done. You know, she saw the mentoring, she saw the spoken word, she saw the motivational speaking. So when someone like that can see that the goodness and everything that's inside of you and you can't see it, you know, you kind of, once you start to believe and what they're starting to say and you start to see it come into manifestation, mm-hmm. it kind of just like, wow, I didn't even know I had all this inside of me.
I need y'all attention. All right. Father God, we come to you right now. Father God, asking you to bless this venue, that you watch over us, that your spirit touch here, and that it unite with everybody in here, that we be on the same page, Father God, coming to do our talent to display for you that you gave to us individually. We thank you for that, Father, and we just hope that we bless you in the way that it was intended to be tonight. So with that said, I just want to say thank you and amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all. All right, here we go. Can we start the Soul Power?
I started in the spoken word realm, and it just took off like hot fire.
Okay.
You know, and like my job, it become like that tug of war. You know what I'm saying? Like passion, shackles.
Yeah.
Passion. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that one day I went into work and my spirit just was like, yo, this is not what I want for you no more. So it said, do you trust me? I said, yeah, I trust you. It's like, it's time to go. Now, I didn't know he was talking all that. And I swiped my badge, and I've been walking on faith ever since.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good.
It is. But, you know, that, like I said, that's just a small piece because everything else, we'll be sitting here forever for days.
And you don't have that time right now. Well, that's good to hear.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
good. That's
Yes,
congratulations. So, tell me a little bit about your company.
Life Inc. Life Inc. has many different umbrellas under it. Cells of Life, which is basically giving back to the sickle cell community. You know, my biggest thing that I want for them is to have a sickle cell, like a sickle cell camp, where they can go and, you know, there's different activities, different learning experiences for them. You know, doctors and whatnot try to help them. You know, that's my major goal for them. Then I have what's called Youth for Life, and for all the teens that are kind of in bad situations or the ones that are kind of pushed to the side.
Okay.
You know, we want to give them like a mentoring camp. We want to bring to them, you know, different activities like boxing, writing, creative expression. You know, something just to be more positive instead of them looking for a negative outlet all the time. So that, and then we have Words of Life, and that's about my speaking engagements and, you know, bringing that motivation and positivity to them.
Cool. So you speak, are you teaching them how to speak like Toastmasters kind of?
Well, right now it's just me.
Okay.
And then, you know, I got my vice president of operations. But it's just us right now, and it's just, you know, we're out here just trying to do what we can do to try to be as positive as we can.
That's cool. So how can you tie them to this organization?
Once it's up and running, you can.
Okay.
But right now, you know, we're in such a baby stage where
You're pushing.
right.
Gotcha.
You know, so I don't want anybody to feel like it's ill-gotten gain or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's something that's needed.
It is. You know, especially for the sickle cell community, because a lot of people don't understand the importance of sickle cell. You know, how many people really is affected by sickle cell.
Let me ask you about that. I know what I know from the world of what sickle cell is. I know it's majority an African American disease, correct? That's pretty much all I know, but I didn't know it can be such a deadly
Yes, it
disease.
can. Yes, it can. Because the red blood cells that are in our body, they're not fully, like, you know, circle like that. You have the sickle shape, which is like, you know, the sickle that you would cut like fruits or whatever that they use for that. So what that does is it enables our blood cells to receive the proper amount of oxygen that our body needs. And once those clump up, like with a regular blood cell, it flows through your veins so smoothly. But with the sickle cells, there's a point in time where we don't stay hydrated, we don't keep ourselves, you know, our health up to par, then those sickle blood cells, they compact in one part of the body and it affects everything else. You know, your joints, your chest. There's a lot of people that pass away. I myself had a stroke at the age of 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that because you wasn't really taking care of yourself
Well,
at 22?
yeah, you know, at that age, that's when I was kind of really wild
Okay.
and got caught up in like the gang life and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, you know.
Is it hereditary?
It is. You know, you have to have two parents. Basically, one has to have the trait, the other has to have the trait, and things of that nature. So it's very important. I would encourage a lot of people, you know, I know they probably don't think about it, but at least get yourself checked, you know, to find out exactly what's going on with your body. And then before you just, you know, procreate, you want to find out with your significant other if they might have it as well, because, you know, when it comes together, it's 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get a child.
It's like being blind.
Basically.
Well, what if that was to happen? Is there a way that the doctors can start working?
They have a lot better tests, you know, that can catch it at an early age. But, you know, once it's done, there's really nothing that you can do, and, you know, you're just gonna go through. You have to be very compassionate with the individual. You know what I'm saying? You have to have like a lot of empathy and sympathize for them and stuff like that, because they're gonna go through a lot of things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of almost similar to cancer.
Oh, really?
Almost, but it doesn't eat us up like cancer does.
Okay.
It just makes it just the symptoms as far as like the pain, the shorter breath, you know, just different things that can come from it. You know, so you kind of want to keep your eye, and like I said, you want to understand your body, understand your health and things of that nature.
Okay.
So that's a big part of like my grind, why I'm out here, you know, pushing, because I know I'm not doing it for me.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I know I'm doing this for the greater cause, and you know how they say, to whom much is given, much is required.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, does it hinder you from doing anything?
It used to. But see, I'm one of them people, I'm very stubborn.
Are you? Okay.
I'm very stubborn, so when I say that, I was in a mind frame once where I used to say it had me, but now I have it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it makes a big difference in your mindset. And if you believe that something's going to enable you, then it's going to, well, disable you, feel it's going to disable you, then 9 times out of 10 it's going to overcome you. But if you don't look at it as, okay, you got me, but I got you,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? It kind of switches your mind, and it makes you, put you in a different mindset as far as like, I can beat this, or I'm not going to let you stop me from doing what I want to do.
Okay.
You know, and I think that's a lot what we do. We kind of disable ourselves by little oppositions that come our way. You know?
Sure, yeah.
So,
well, like you said, you seem like you got it.
I mean, he still has a little quirks,
Of
but you know,
course.
I handle it.
Sickle cell disease is a major public health concern that affects millions of people throughout the world. In the United States, it is estimated that sickle cell disease affects 90,000 to 100,000 Americans. In addition, more than 3 million people in the United States carry the sickle cell gene that allows them potentially to pass the disease on to their children.
Sickle cell disease is an inherited blood disorder, and it causes your red blood cells to be abnormally shaped. Because of this abnormal shape, they don't carry oxygen for very long, they die quickly, they don't live as long as normal red blood cells, and you end up with organ damage over time that is a result of the fact that you don't have enough oxygen getting to your different organs. The number 1 symptom of sickle cell disease is anemia. The number 2 symptom is pain. And actually in the community, people think of sickle cell disease as a painful disorder. You tend to have episodes of pain that come and go, that are unexpected, unpredictable, and can be of different degrees of severity.
Sickle cell disease affects people of all walks of life, and there's a critical need for blood and bone marrow donors, especially from people of color. Consider becoming a blood donor or registering to donate bone marrow. Become a sickle cell ambassador for your community and help us bring awareness and education to every family.
This is the kind of knowledge that you're trying to give to individuals that with it and without it, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And just more so, just bring that motivation to those who have it, because when you have it, that time where you're in crisis is very painful.
It's okay.
It's very painful. You know, you can be in a month. You could be in a hospital up to about maybe 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Depending on the severity of what your sickle cell level is.
Wow. Oh, so there's different levels.
Yeah.
It's not just.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
It's different levels. So. Whew.
Aw, okay.
Yeah.
Well, since you've had your stroke, did that wake you up? How did you come
The
about?
second one did.
Oh, you had 2 strokes.
I did, yeah. The second one did, because the first one, everything went back to its normal functionality.
Okay.
You know, so I was like, okay, well, you know, I'll be all right. But the second one, it changed something in me. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, all right, I can't keep living like this. You know what I'm saying? And then when I met the lady that I met at the hospital I was working at, you know, with that in combination of wanting more, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what really made me believe and trust in not only what she was saying, but myself, that I can do this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, spoken word was just that platform to where it was like, okay, I'm here. You know?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what all are you doing? Are you connecting with any celebrities? Are you getting out there? Besides this, because I'm in the Funky J, I know I'm the top. You know?
Well, you know, I'm a co-host on Live Life in the Purple.
Oh, what's that?
That is on IBNX Radio.
Okay.
That's an internet radio station.
Yeah.
I'm a co-host on that.
Oh,
So-
I was out there. That's how I met Saga. I had Saga here last week.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
That's my boy. Shout out Saga.
Hey, Saga. I met you at his party.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Mr. Bishop, is there anything else you would like for my guests to know? How can they plug you? Where are you?
You can find me on all social media. Marz Bishop. That's MARZ Bishop GL. That's the GL's for global, because you're gonna find me everywhere pretty soon.
Blow up.
You know, and I'm on Facebook and Instagram, social media. Periscope, Twitter.
Okay.
Um,
How are you with Periscope? Everybody's been telling me to get on.
Yo, Periscope, I enjoy Periscope.
Really? It's like a live stream, right?
Yeah, because it's just like this right here, but you're talking to thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you're just building up a following. But it is good for networking purposes.
Is it?
Very good for networking purposes.
I might have to get into that.
I mean, it's just like everything else. It's a science to it. Once you figure out how to do it, you know, and build up your following, things of that nature, works perfect.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Like one that I just can't tweet. I try.
You know what? I hear a lot of people say they don't like Twitter, but you can't just say everything that you want to say.
Yeah.
It's 140 characters.
That's true. It can't go long at all.
You got to be able to simplify what you're trying to say and get it out there.
I guess Twitter's like mean what you say.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Stick by your guns.
Yeah. But I tried, and I'm like, oh my God, me and Tweet. I just, But I'm gonna try this Periscope. Everybody's been telling me about it, so I'm
Yeah, no, I would definitely recommend Periscope. You know, because it's just like doing a self-interview on yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. And I do have a new book coming out.
Okay.
You know, we're looking at the first quarter of next year. It's called The Fight in You.
Okay, what's that about?
First empowerment book. It was a vision that was given to me one night in a dream, and you know, God gave me the name of the book. He gave me the concept of the book, everything, and it was when I went through my little, I call it wilderness time, and it's where I became homeless but displaced for about 10 months, and it was just basically, when you want something, you know what I'm saying, it's not only to the fact where you gotta battle just the oppositions that come up against you, but you have to figure out yourself, like, are you strong enough to really endure what's gonna come your way, you know? And for the 10 months that I was displaced, the chapters did rounds because it was written on it was based on boxing. So I wrote them in rounds, like round 1, all the way up to round 12 or whatever. But each round was everything that I went through in those 10 months. So when I went back and looked at it, well, you know, Jay told me, she was like, did you read your book yet? And I'm like, I didn't read it yet. She was like, well, I bet you when you read it, you have a different appreciation for it. So when I went back and I read it, it was like, you know how you don't remember writing something, or, you know? And it was like, I went through this, I wrote this. You know, it was like kind of like, I guess like when you're writing in your journal or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and I just wanted to empower others to let them know that no matter what you go through, you know what I'm saying, you have to make up in yourself, first, do you want this? And then if you want it, you have to be able to encounter everything that comes along with it.
That's
so
true.
I'm looking forward to it coming out.
Wow, and when is this supposed to hit?
We're looking at sometime in January.
Okay.
Sometime in January.
Good, congratulations on that.
Yes.
And that information will be on your website as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
It's coming soon. You know, it's constantly updated.
Good,
You know what I'm saying?
good.
So that's a good thing about having someone on your camp that is graphic art design, that, you know, they know how to handle all that technical stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a good look. My brother is like that, and but he's not here.
Oh.
So when he watches, like, you should do this. I'm like, no. I don't have that knowledge.
Right.
You need to come down here and handle that, you know. But
Right.
I know what you mean, because that is a blessing.
It is.
Because if you pay for that, that's.
Whew. And it makes it go so smoothly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And my partner, she's so in tune with me. You know, it's like I can I can articulate something to her, give her a vision of something that I have in my mind, and you know, she comes together with it like I did it myself.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just like wow.
Well, shout out to her.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a book coming. You got your company. And you do your spoken word.
Which I'm transitioning more into my speaking engagements.
Okay, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, trying to evolve. You know, I don't want to, because I never wanted to be just an artist. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much more that you can do. And I feel like if you contain yourself in just a paradox, saying that I'm an artist, you know, then you'll just believe that that's all you are as an artist.
That's true.
You know, but I always wanted to be more than just that. That was a starting point. And like anything in life, you have to have a starting point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then once you see that, and then once your world opens up to you, you start to grow and you start to catapult and you evolve into all these different things and you see the branches. You know what I'm saying? I think the spoken word was like the tree. You know what I mean? And as the tree starts to sprout, so do the branches and the leaves, and that's how I look at it.
You know, and it's amazing you said it because I used to do spoken word. Well, I used to, my poor father and brother, I used to call them at 4 o'clock in the morning and read them something I done wrote, and then I would go back and check it like weeks later and like, damn, when did I write this? You know, like I didn't know I did this.
Right.
But like you said, it started a passion.
Right.
And it went from that to writing to theater to film to this. So it helps you.
Exactly.
So yeah, I agree. Automatically.
So you know, I love the journey that I've been placed on.
Okay.
You know, and I'm just looking to see what God has next. You know, and if I started out in faith, I'm gonna end it in faith.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, what do you have to say to my guests, to the young entrepreneurs, to the young individuals that are in that place? Because I know plenty of people who have to work and want to endeavor in their own dreams. What would be your advice when you look back, or if you had to tell them?
Looking back in retrospect, I would just say, be prepared for whatever comes your way, because when you're prepared and it starts to open up, then once that one opportunity meets your preparation, you're ultimately going to get success. Whatever your dream of success is, you have to be prepared. You know, a lot of us we're not prepared for certain things like this, and we don't trust and we don't believe. But it all starts within you, no matter what it is that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It starts so small, but when it blows up, it has a tendency of doing so many more things. You know, so never give up. That's my thing, is never give up. And just remember, you're always in the Learning Institute for experience.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah.
I can listen to that myself. That's cool. That's cool. I love it. Like I said, I don't want to hold you too long because I know you are a busy man.
Well, you know, I just got to get the world what I think they need.
Yeah,
so,
and that's Marz Bishop.
That's it. There's only one of me.
That's right.
There's only one of me. So if it's this hectic now, I can just imagine what comes after this.
Nothing but blessings.
That's it. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You know, prosperity. I'm not even looking for success.
Right.
Because prosperity is so much bigger.
Right. And I tell, like, I have this young girl, oh, you know, you can be famous one day. And I tell them, like, the key, my belief to this world is when I'm dead and gone, and everyone that I've touched or talked to or listened or watched, I planted a seed in their brain. So I would never die.
Exactly.
Because I've been planted.
Exactly.
And that's the key, is to get in someone's brain and create a root.
That legacy.
Yeah. Legacy, same thing. It's
Yes,
just try to make it sound more jazzy. But that's what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am, it is. It
is.
is. You know, and I'm doing it for my daughter as well, because I feel that, you know, if we were given an inheritance, you know, I want to leave an inheritance for her as well. You know, I don't want her to struggle. I don't want her to have to go through the hardships. But, you know, sometimes it's just it all depends on what you want, you know. And if you're willing to push for that, if you're willing to sacrifice for that, then ultimately she'll have her inheritance.
Good. How old is she?
She's 14.
Oh, this is a grown young lady.
Yeah, so I gotta make it happen.
Ooh, how is that? How is that raising a child? A girl. How's that right now in this world today?
Well, you know, Judea, I can't really lie. I can't lie. No, the reason why I can't lie is because she's still in New York with her mom.
Okay.
So I'm at a disadvantage because I don't get to, you know, plant that seed in her every day. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, that was at a part of time when I was wilding in my life. And, you know, me and her mother, we kind of don't see eye to eye. But, you know, I'm looking at making it better. Because if God forgives me, then why can't the next person?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I pray for that then.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, because she's gonna need a father.
Oh, she is. She is. And we have the best relationship ever.
Oh, then good. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what all that matters.
Yeah, she knows who I am. I know who she is.
Good.
You know, we keep it moving like that.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
congratulations. I know she's proud of her father and all that he's doing.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is she your only child?
Whew. Yeah. I don't know if I can do that again.
No.
Nah, because it's just like there's so much that I want to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say like I don't want any more kids, but I have to put myself in a position before I say, yeah, I want to go that route again. Because there's so much I want to, accomplish. And I feel like right now I wouldn't be able to have that time to dedicate to being the father that I need to be right now. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't like to play with children's lives. And I wouldn't want to take anything away from them.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's a sweetheart.
Yeah. This is who I've become.
Good. That's good. That's good. That's good. And it's always better like that. So basically, in retrospect, you're an OG. You know that, right?
I guess if you want to put it that way, but I'm just an OG in life.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Because you can relate.
Right.
And I think that's a lot of problem. Like people think that they can relate to these children because they grew up, but if you didn't grow up having to jumped off that porch and did backflips to the street.
Right.
You can't sit there and relate with a child that's going through something.
You can't. You really can't.
Books don't explain that.
They don't, and I think that's why we're being so disconnected from a lot of our youth.
Yeah.
Because we don't take that time to sit down and politic with them and put in their head, our experiences.
Right.
And I think that that's very powerful. I think that's very important. We need to get off our high horse sometimes. I don't think that we're dropping down to a level below us, because if we don't drop down and pick them up, how will they ever come up?
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. Because when I talk to these kids, it amazes me because I know the difference of when I was raised to where they're raised now.
Mm-hmm.
But I literally just don't think about myself.
Right.
I think about what this child is saying to me, and I don't judge them. I really, literally just put myself in their shoes, and then I don't give them advice as in like, this is what you need to do. If they come to me and they tell me something that I think is horrible or something that I know my parents would have beat me for, I don't attack them. Okay. I just give them the advice, if you're going to do this next time, this is what I think you should do in the process. Not don't do this, don't do that, because that's taboo.
This is true.
So, it's hard, but it's not that hard if you can just drop yourself and let your spirit like touch theirs. It's really easy.
It is, and I believe the ones that genuinely want to pick it up, the ones that genuinely want more, they'll pick it up and they'll run with it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have those ones that you're not gonna be able to reach everyone, but as long as you can get one, I guess pretty much in that case our job is done, right?
That's true, but at the same time, if you can snatch one, the others will follow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's true. It really is true.
And you have to walk in what it is that you're speaking to them. You know what I'm saying?
Show them.
Exactly. Because I could sit here and tell you a sob story, but if I'm walking completely opposite of the story that I'm telling you, then what's the point of me telling you that story? Because it makes me hypocritical.
Right.
So,
right. It's a lot. But it's doable.
Yeah, it is. And just. It all comes in what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that I have made my motto for life is allow your passion to become your life, and it'll lead you to your destination. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's very important for us to do, is to, Mama told me follow my heart. You know what I'm saying? The world, they tell you get a job, go to school, but what if that's not the life for me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And God tells you He'll give you the desires of your heart. Yeah. So who am I going to believe? The world, or am I going to believe the man who created the world?
Right, or believe what's inside of yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I tell people all the time? Like, I know when I was born, God didn't say, you're going to go down here and you're going to be customer service.
Right.
That's not what, we're kings and queens and power and leaders, and, we don't indulge in that because, like you said, we come out knowing literally by 3, you need to have a job, you need to work, you need to read and write, and you need to follow these certain guidelines that the world has in place.
This is true.
So, but our spirits tell us something different, and then when we try to enact on that, then that's when you go against the grain of this matrix, you know. And so you gotta follow it, and you gotta just push it, because this is not what we was placed on the earth to be.
No, we're not. This is what we become.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. This is what we've settled for.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I choose not to settle anymore.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And I think as long as anybody tries to keep their foot shackled to something that they don't want to be shackled to, you know, then they're gonna disable themselves from doing what it is that they love to do.
And another thing, people gotta stop worrying about what others think.
Yes, they do. Now, how do they do that? You just gotta stop caring.
Yeah, you do. Like,
you just have to stop caring.
Yeah, because in retrospect, they're really just mad at themselves that they didn't think of it first.
Exactly.
So, gosh.
Yeah, man, whatever. If you want to do something, go do it. You know what I'm saying? If it's not hurting nobody and it makes sense to you, go do it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I so agree. When I first started this, I was like, you know, people, namesayers, you know, doubters, and people are like, what are you doing? Right. What are you interviewing? Right. You know, like, and then it's like, but it's not for you.
Exactly.
Either way it goes, when I'm old, I'm sitting in a rocking chair, and my grandkids like, well, did you enjoy it? Yeah, I did. You know, I tried everything I wanted to try.
Exactly.
And that's all that matters.
Exactly. That's it. You know, and, you know, it's better because you get genuineness from just like people who are striving towards something versus the person who already has it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a different type of vibe because what all do you have, you know? Yeah. And that's why we're caught up into all the, you know, money, cars, and because that's what's being perpetuated. Yeah. But what are you showing the person that's actually coming through? That person that is grinding, that person is out there every day trying to make something happen out of, you know, just nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And how do you think that person got to where they got to? You know, they didn't get there by just overnight. It was like, boom, it's a process to this whole thing. Yeah. You know, and hence the fight in you. If you're not willing to go through that process. Right. Step out the way because there's somebody else coming. Yeah, that's true. Because like I was saying earlier, people see the end result. They don't see that there's a whole ladder that you have to climb, and it's a mountain. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a very high mountain. It's very, very high. But it's one step at a time. You will get to where you're supposed to be. You will. You will. You know, it's just the drive that you have. You know, if that drive wants to continuously go, you know, you'll be okay. But if you run out of gas halfway up the mountain, then you SOL. That's true. So pace yourself. Yeah. Carry some oil, put a little gas, take a back seat or something. Right. Lube up. Stop at AutoZone. Get what you gotta get, because it's real out there. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And never be discouraged. Never be discouraged. Never let anybody tell you that you can't do something. Because that person who's telling you that they can't do something, that's the one that's scared to step out there and do what it is they're telling you don't do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So know what you want, keep going and pushing. Yeah. You know.
Rain. See, it won't always be sunny skies, but yet it's mandatory we handle the pressure and this heinous pain. Because drastic changes, see, those come unexpected. This shit switches within the blink of an eye. But always keep in mind that the struggles you encounter, well, hell, those are only lessons to assist you in getting by. So you gotta allow wisdom to be your guide, and even ultimately your protection. So you can stand firm with your head up, chest out, ducking and dodging through roadblocks while attempting to elude detours and these intricate imperfections. And your status, well, that becomes a reflection of your faith. You can never let it become altered with the concerns of past mistakes. Because imperfection, well, that's a trait that cohabitates through us all. See, you gotta eliminate your worries. There are no problems inclusive with life. We're only infuriated by the situations we've caused. So it's a must you stay focused, remain strong, learn to stand on your faith, because in the end, the results will leave us all standing tall.
So.
All right, Mr. Marz Bishop.
Yes,
this has been an empowering interview, and I've loved every single moment of it.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it.
Wonderful.
Well.
I'm definitely going to make sure that I plug your information because this is something that everyone should follow.
Yes, ma'am.
And I met you were performing,
yes,
and that's what drew me to you. I really you did your thing. And I know you said your poems are pretty long, but I would love for my guests to actually hear one.
Okay. Okay. Can I give a piece of one?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna give you the one that I'm gonna do today. It's called state of emergency. It's actually going back to what's going on right now as far as like with the police brutality and the black and things. But it goes like this: my people, it seems we're still the target of these intricate plots and schemes. Why? Because we're falling victim to the same trickery that brought about destruction to Dr. King's I Have a Dream, or the revolution to Malcolm X's By Any Means. It appears we lost our cause and strayed away from the purpose in which we were designed and created for, by focusing our scope on a smaller scale of things. Can you tell me since when do materials take precedence over wisdom, knowledge, morals, and other values to maintain? This new age, this future generation, seems like everything has changed. It appears they're solely focused on idolizing money with the fallacies of glitz, glamour, and fame, while demoralizing our women, which we deem as queens, when reality is we're entrapped by the game. So now it seems.
Ooh, that was nice. No, that was nice. That was really nice. So you're reciting that today, later on today? Okay. But it's much more longer. It's more
It's a little bit more into it, because it starts to, just talk about how we need to, unite as a people. You know what I'm saying? And the best way to conquer anything is to divide them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But we're such a strong people. We're such a strong nation. And if we don't come together, then we'll always be caught under attack and we'll always be in a state of emergency because we've allowed them to break us and divide us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to come together as one, the way we started out, and get back to where we need to be.
But Mr. Bishop, thank you so much for that.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. I have one segment though before I walk you out this door.
Yes, ma'am.
It's called Word for Word, and I'm going to ask you one word, and you give me the first word that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start with spirituality.
Prosperity.
Okay. Money.
Tool.
Revolution.
Possible.
Soul.
Living.
Power.
Power, I would say. Good but limiting.
Okay. Fame.
Cautious.
Black.
Strong.
That's good. And most important, Marz Bishop.
Unstoppable.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Marz Bishop.
you.
I give you homage for coming out to my show and for everything that you're doing. It's so powerful. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
And it's something that we need.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And I thank you for that. No matter what your journey is and where you're going and how you got to get there, I will do whatever I can to help. It's a powerful thing.
Please keep in touch with me.
I definitely will.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
will see me.
Okay.
You will see
I
me.
definitely would like to come back and see the Funky J Cafe.
Hey, in 6 months you got to come back anyway, so you can tell me what's going on, what you've been doing, what you have done.
Will.
Yeah.
I definitely will. We'll link up again.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
All right.
And thank you, my wonderful boys and girls, for letting me come into your wonderful world again and bringing this powerful, young entrepreneur, great man, Mr. Marz Bishop, to your world as well. Stay tuned for next week and we'll have another wonderful guest. And we love you. Thank you.
Peace. Thank you. What's going on, y'all? I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about embracing your journey. Right now, it may seem like where you're at is not being progressive the way that you want it to. It may seem like you're not moving ahead as rapidly as you want to. But you have to understand that your journey takes time. Nothing comes easy. Your journey is going to be filled with a lot of potholes. It's going to be filled with a lot of obstacles, a lot of different oppositions that you're going to have to face.